Hello and thank you for listening to Getting Fit with Farmers, a series of podcasts interviewing farmers from around the southeast of South Australia on farming and fitness. I'm Kimberly Langley, a physiotherapist from Good Country Physio. Today I'm joined by Martin Harvey, better known as Harvs. Thanks for sitting down to chat with me today. Tell us a bit about yourself, where you farm, how long you've been a farmer for, and what kind of farm do you run?
Hi Kimberly, thanks for asking me. Not sure you've picked the fittest farmer around, but I'll have a crack. I've been farming. I bought our family farm when I was 24, so pretty young, and I've done that my whole adult life. Pretty much went to Roseworthy Uni and straight from uni back to the farm. Nice. We run 3 sheep studs, so that's the core part of our business. Busy time at the moment, big week. We've got a ram sale coming up the next couple of days, so my mental well-being, it's
being tested.
It's being tested at the minute. And we farm at Western Flat, so it's pretty sandy, can be tough at times, but it's all character building stuff. Yeah,
that sounds good. So getting onto machinery, are you a green, yellow or red man? So for those that don't know, John Deere, New Holland or Case?
I've always been a green man, but
lovely.
pretty good friends with a bloke who sells blue ones, so I've been looking after him a bit too.
No, very good. What's your favourite thing about being a farmer?
I think being able to do it with our family. Like I've got 3 young kids, and Kirsty, she's a paramedic, and she's unbelievable. We do everything together. She helps. All the kids help all the time on the farm, and I think a great place to raise children.
Like everyone can get involved in things as well. Yeah,
we're pretty. The kids will probably tell you I'm pretty tough, but I think it instills a work ethic in our children. So and in our business, selling livestock to people that want to come back and be repeat buyers, that's the most pleasing part of our business. That hopefully you're doing something half right.
Yeah. What's the most physically demanding part of your job, and do you do anything to sort of prepare yourself for it?
Honestly, with the type of sheep that we run, they're big animals, and nearly every day is, I would say, 3/4 of my time is dealing with sheep.
Yeah. And
our sheep are big, they're stubborn, they're aggressive.
Yeah.
So
what's the score count? Who's winning?
I'm still in one piece just. But a couple of days ago, I got absolutely cleaned up by a ram. He just jumped straight into me at full pace, and he'd be 120 kilos. Yeah. It's like getting hit by Tony Lockett. So it is hard work. There's no doubt. And as I'm getting older, turned 49 yesterday, Kimberly. So nearly.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. Nearly raising the bat next year, but certainly as I get older, the body is certainly hurting.
Yeah. What do you reckon the best farming invention of all time is?
For me here, we bought a sheep handler about 5 years ago, and that I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now.
Yeah. So talk me through it. Describe what sort of things it does.
So it runs on air, like it's a pneumatic machine. It clamps. The animals walk up, a sensor goes off, they get clamped, and then you can push a button and it rolls over. So we do all our crutching.
Yep.
I haven't had people crutch our sheep. I haven't had crutches here for over 10 years.
Yeah. So it sort of helped you keep doing that.
Yep, we crutch. So we crutch our own sheep, and even needling and drenching our big sheep.
Yeah.
I use it all the time.
Yeah.
So that's one machine that is definitely. I actually don't think I'd be able to handle the sheep without it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any favourite stretches or exercises you like to do during the day, or ones you know that if you could fit in, you would do?
Well, I'm doing one right now, Kimberly. It's lucky this is not TV. Having a beer. I bend the elbow probably more than I should.
Yeah.
I don't stretch as such. I'm lucky. I don't have a bad back. Mm-hmm. I know plenty of my mates that are farmers. They do. I've luckily dodged that one so far. I've got a bad shoulder. Yep. So I do try and I do try and sort of keep that as mobile as I can. Yep. Not necessarily with stretching, but
activity and sort of
Kirsty occasionally, if I ask really nicely, will give me a bit of a massage.
How lovely.
Yeah.
Do you have any favourite farming jokes, quotes, or sayings that you know of?
Well, one here, we've got some irrigation, and also known as irritation, of course. And my sister-in-law, she whenever asks us away for a weekend or something, and 9 times out of 10, Kirsty and the kids will go, and I'll stay home because the effing pivot won't go again.
Very nice. So heading back towards fitness, how important is being fit in the regards to the success of your business, your overall health and mental well-being?
It's really important.
Yeah. I guess like you said before, like wrestling sheep and stuff, it's quite a physical job.
Yeah. So I've got a shoulder that, I'm not 50. I've been told I need a replacement already. Yeah. And I've recently, in the last 18 months, had some plasma injections into it, and that's certainly helped, and it's freed up some movement and taken some pain from me. I was in a lot of pain with it, and just working is hard work.
And sometimes, like you're sort of saying, if your sales a date specifically and your buyers know that, it's not like you can just change your sale date or something quite easily. No. So, that's important where it pops in as well, isn't it?
Yep, absolutely. And whenever we've had, whenever I've thought about trying to get it fixed properly and whatnot, there's a long rehab time, there never
and it's
seems,
almost like there's never quite enough time to be able to
there never seems to be a time that you can fit it in.
Do you know any fit farmers around the place? Who's the fittest farmer you know?
Oh, that's a good question.
Dob them in.
Yeah. Lockie Day's pretty fit.
Yeah.
He's a good mate of mine.
Yep.
His brother, Alistair, certainly isn't. And I know some reasonably unfit farmers. But,
maybe tell them after.
It is such a physical job that, and so many different components to what we do, whether you're in and out of tractors or.
Yeah, and I think that's the interesting thing about farming. It's not just like an office job where you're sitting down and you know exactly what position you're going to be in every day. There's an element of sort of change and variability in it. So you might be more seated one day in a job, but then the next you might be completely opposite on your feet all day. So, I guess that leads into sort of, how would you do your job if you were injured or physically disabled?
Wow, it would be nearly impossible for us to continue doing the sort of work that we do with our stud. We tag every lamb that gets born that day. Yeah. So you asked me about how fit I am. I'm
farmer fit.
I'm farmer fit. Like I am. I still every lamb. Every lamb I have to chase down and catch, and I'll tell you that's why some Saturday afternoons that I decide to stay at the footy instead of coming home to tag lambs. I pay the price on Sunday because it's a real battle to catch them.
Yeah.
They really get up and going quickly.
Yeah.
And
that coordination just drops a little bit.
Well, yeah, sometimes the tags are, depending if I stay at the club a little long, sometimes the tagging's not.
A few extra tags needed.
Yeah.
What do you think you should do or do you do to try and help keep your body sort of fit into the future? So like you're even sort of touched with your shoulder, like have you thought about your plans of how you're sort of going to tackle that, or just the rest of the body, you know, every year that goes by, getting a bit older, but, you know, what ways do you feel that, you know, can I try and improve how I am to keep doing what I want to do? And then I guess how would you fit that into your day? Because it's a busy job. You know?
I know I could certainly lose a couple of kilos. Like Kirsty's good at getting up and going for a walk and stuff like that, and I don't know. I'm involved with kids' sport, so I coach the local boys in the footy. So I do still try and waddle around with them and enjoy doing that. But I struggle to motivate myself to get up in the morning to go for a walk when I know that I'm going to spend 8 or 10 hours on my feet. Yeah. If I'm going to be in the sheep yards all day,
do you need to do a few extra 2,000 Ks in the morning or something? Sorry, 2,000 steps.
Yeah.
Rather than Ks.
Yeah. It's that'd sort me out. But
I guess that's in a way like, you know, if you had your day off, quotation marks, you know, like you're spending it doing something active in a way, aren't you, at footy, rather than, okay, I'm just going to chill at home on the couch for the day and not do as much. You're walking, you're doing stuff, not necessarily, you know, exercise in itself as exercise, but you're active.
Yeah. And I honestly, I'd love to have a day on the couch, but it just doesn't seem to happen.
Need an extra day.
Yeah. And but I know certainly I should lose. And as we get older, everyone says it, but it's much harder to drop a few kilos than it used to be. So I'd like to try and do that. The beer is a bit of an issue for me.
Too tempting. But like it's probably a thing that we see like lots of people in the clinic as they get older. That's the hardest thing, is things just get harder that used to be easy. And I think it's sort of when you get to that point you start to realise it. But then like you're sort of saying, you're already starting to think about a few things that you might not have thought about before, but I've got this shoulder, maybe I need to do a few. Yeah.
And luckily we've got a good young bloke who's joined us to help with the work, and now that he's here, I'm seriously considering, like, you know, the time to have this operation while I know that I've got some help. And, they're talking really 6 months rehab, which, And
that's almost where you've sort of said, like, you need to have that flexibility, so that gives you that. Thanks very much for joining me today, Harvs. Really appreciate having the opportunity to sit down and have a chat with you. Hopefully the farmers out there can relate to some of the things that you've said or given some food for thought, particularly about your shoulder and sort of surgeries to come with. Thank you to all those who have listened to Getting Fit with Farmers. Tune in next time to hear me listen to our next local farmer. For more information, head to our website at www.goodcountryphysio.com.au. Until then, keep well, keep moving, and here's hoping all of those farmers out there have a successful year.